The year 2035 was going on. Humans had landed on Mars. One of the greatest achievements of humans. Thomas, Elvin, and Alexander were the chosen astronauts for this mission. The mission was named Mission FSUM. The full form of FSUM was the first step on Mars. As they landed, a signal was sent: Mission FSUM successful. All over the world, humans were dancing with joy as this mission had taken over 10 years. Thomas, Elvin, and Alexander were also very excited. They started exploring the planet, fascinated. The name Red Planet was just right for Mars. Red dust covered most of its surface. As they went on exploring, they found a hole dug deep in the surface of Mars. It was so small that they had to dig it more when they finally were able to go in it. When they reached the bottom, it was like a room. A very small, square room. Then suddenly Elwin shouted, "Come here!" Alexander and Thomas rushed to his side at once. There they saw a message: "We come here in peace." They studied the message, their eyes glued. They wondered if their eyes had deceived them. The message was written in big bold letters. It took several minutes for Alexander, Thomas, and Elvin to adjust to the reality. They didn't inform anyone. They explored day and night to find any trace to see who this message could have belonged, but they found none. They knew it couldn't have been humans, so they guessed it was aliens. They were expected to stay on Mars for 1 week, and on the 6th day, something extraordinary happened. An UFO came to the planet Mars. Alexander, Elvin, and Thomas were in shock. They guessed that the spaceship would be landing on Mars, and their guess was right, it did. And then you wouldn't believe what happened. Some strange-looking creatures came out of the spaceship. Thomas, Elvin, and Alexander quickly hid behind the rocks as funny-looking creatures came. They had antennas on their heads and were very small, probably the size of a toddler. The body color were green, and by looking at them you would have thought that they owned the planet Mars. They were just exploring the planet when they found Alexander, Elwin, and Thomas. The aliens were terrified and confused. Then one of them said, "What are you humans doing here?" Then all the aliens started asking questions that Alexander, Elvin, and Thomas couldn't understand. Then Thomas said, "What planet are you from, and who are you?" "We cannot tell that, but we can tell that we know you are from the planet Earth." "But how?" Alexander, Elwin, and Thomas shouted at the same time. "Our technology is way more advanced than yours, so we already know where all life exists," the aliens said. "Okay, but please tell us where you live," Alexander said. "We cannot, or humans will invade our planet and ruin it like how they do Earth." The words seemed to have struck Alexander, Thomas, and Elvin hard. They had known that humans were ruining Earth, but the thought that other creatures knew about this and the way the aliens had said it with so much sadness made them wonder where humans were that cruel to harm their planet. "We ask you a big favor to keep this a secret, or humans will destroy all the life that exists," the smallest alien spoke. Alexander, Thomas, and Elwin thought for a while and said yes. They were wise, and that's why they thought about others, but they knew that Earth was in big danger, so they made a silent promise to do whatever they could to protect Mother Earth.